Welcome, travelling friends of Australia. We are Vellam and Annika, and we hope you enjoy this episode of our podcast,
where we have a chat to other travellers and give them the opportunity to tell their stories and share the tips that they've learned along the way. Hey guys, we're excited today because we have Bec and Jamie from Adventure More on. This couple is young and they've got an exciting future ahead of them. They've also had some really cool travels in their past as well. And yeah, we're excited to talk to them. So let's say hi to Bec and Jamie.
Hi, Bec and Jamie. How's
Hey
it
guys.
going? So where are you guys now?
Oh, we're just down the beach in our hometown at the moment. Just chilling out in the van. Yeah.
We just wanted to know like a little bit more about you guys. So if you want to tell the listeners like who's Bec and Jamie, like behind obviously the traveling and the business and all that kind of stuff. Who is Bec and Jamie? Where did you meet? That kind of thing.
Oh yeah. When we first met, I was asleep in a jumping castle at a mate's house, and then Becky decides to climb up and do the same thing. She thought it was a good bed as well, and then she's like, "Oi, get out of here! Get out of here! This is my spot." and then we just had a chat, and then we bounced around all night together, and we've been having fun ever since.
So yeah, that was about it was 8 years ago now. So Jamie was 21 and I was 17 when we met, and after that night. The initial night we met, I went home and showed my mum his Facebook profile and said, "Mum, this is the man I'm going to marry."
Wow.
Yeah,
Big call.
That's pretty much the story of Bec and Jamie and how we met. We absolutely weren't travellers.
No.
I'm from a tiny town of 1,000 people. Jamie's from a tiny town of 1,000 people.
We're about 3-4 hours away apart from each other.
We're just country kids, really.
Yeah, little country kids. I grew up on the coast of Ardrossan in South Australia, and Becky grew up in a little country town called Quorn, just near Port Augusta in South Australia as well. And with our work and my work at the time, when we first met, I was going to rodeos and stuff with my mate because I was working up sheep stations at the time.
Yeah.
And Becky was doing the same thing, and that's how we met. And then I came over this place called Whyalla, where we live now, for work, to work in the mines as a driller. And, we just made it work from there. She was travelling over to see me, and because we're about an hour away from her town. And, and then it all flowed from there. The travelling started a few years into our relationship, I believe. I believe it all started...
The line in the sand moment.
Yeah.
Our line in the sand moment.
Yeah.
We used to ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And we both have a need for speed. So we live in the bush, so we can pretty much drop from our shed. We put the roller door up and we can pretty much jump on the motorbikes and head straight out into the sun.
Yeah.
And so we hadn't ridden in a while, and Jamie, the hero he was at the time, young and dumb, full of ego, he came around the corner on the back wheel, popping a wheelie, and stacked it pretty hard, broke his wrist, ended up being flown to Adelaide in the aeroplane, and
ended up having 10 months off of work because of a broken wrist.
Wow.
And used I had to use all my my holiday money.
We just bought a brand new Hilux. We just bought a house. Living the dream.
Yeah.
In quotations over here, living the dream, and that not being able to work for a good year almost, we started traveling, and then it kind of didn't stop, but the trips just got bigger, longer, further away from home, and then here we are.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a journey.
Yeah, wow. I love how you guys met though, like that's epic.
We have the nickname, like we're the nana and pop or the grandma and grandpa of any group, like 8:30, we're going home, it's bedtime.
Oh, really?
So for us to both, want to go to sleep and both think,
away from the party.
Get away from the people, go and find a safe, cozy spot to, fall asleep, and to both have the same idea.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you found the perfect life for you now, because that's great. what you're doing now is exactly how you've been wanting to live.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. We've always been adventurous types, and we grew up in swags and stuff, holidaying with families and that. So we like being out in the dirt and fishing with family and stuff. So we're just doing it together now, which is amazing.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you've got as a setup now. To go traveling in.
Yeah, we have a high-ace commuter van, which luckily for us is already converted. So we got this maybe 5 months ago, I think. We drove 9 hours on a whim to buy it sight unseen. So
yeah, it was just like, we'd done a lot of research beforehand, looking for vans before we went, let's drive 9 hours. But
we knew exactly what we wanted. This is our third van now. So we had a tiny little one in Canada which didn't have windows, no water, no power, no second battery set up, no fridge.
Just an esky and a bed.
It was a cardboard box, a big metal box, on wheels. And then we got a second van when we got back to Australia just for weekends, so we could still get away and go to the beach and stuff. But again, knowing we wanted to live in it full time, we still couldn't stand up. There was still no battery setups. There was still no fridge. And factoring in our 60-kilo dog, it just wasn't going to work. So, we've been looking around, researching, and found this one. So we're stoked to have this one now. And for the price that we got, it was perfect.
And the difference between this one is we've got like a high top roof, so I can stand up, which is beautiful. I don't have to be all crunched over. And it's got a cooker inside. It's got a fridge, plenty of cupboard space, like so much room.
It's glamping.
Yeah, but we've even got running water. It's crazy.
But it should be glamping. It's your home.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
I said it should be glamping. It's your home. You're living in it. You're not just traveling. You know, that's all you have now. So.
That's it, yeah.
It just feels so different to all the other vans we have. Like, it's too easy almost. It's too easy. There's no challenge.
Yeah.
Just take a swag with you, so sometimes you can just sleep in the swag just to feel a little bit more adventurous.
Space-wise is a huge thing in a van. Like, where are we going to put a swag?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So many.
Yeah, because we're at the moment we're transitioning from home to van because we haven't fully lived in this yet. So we're trying to figure out what we can take, where we can put stuff without cramming it in. And we're back. That's the thing. That's where we're at right now. It's like, wow, we're going to live in a van again. Okay, we've got to get rid of some stuff.
Our house is a 3-bedroom house, and our shed and carport's bigger than the house. So we have collected a lot of toys in the last year since we haven't had a van, and it's prioritizing what we want to take, what we can fit, and where it sort of fits that it's easy for us to get to as well. You know, like the practical things you just want within arm's reach. You definitely don't want to be climbing under the bed. Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. So it's all fun and games at the moment for us.
Yeah. So the house you're living in at the moment, is that you're renting that, or are you gonna is that your house that you say, like, putting stuff in, and that's like your base to come back to?
Yeah, so that's we owned that house, and so the first time we left, we had a mate that rented it out over the time that we were away for the 2 years. And this time, about 4 months ago, I got my brother a job in the mines where I live, so he's living with us week on, week off at the moment. So he'll just take over the house completely once we're gone.
Wow.
And we don't really have to pack up much at all. He's just like, leave it the same as it is, and we'll just give it a tidy up, which is like, wow, we don't even know what to do there.
Everything is too perfect for you guys. I'm just like talking and everything is lining up. Like,
we laugh about it all the time, but that's exactly what happens to us. We put it out into the universe, as we call it.
Yeah.
Like, when we came back from Canada, it was okay, let's go back, get our old jobs back, which Jamie literally rang and was like, is there work? And they said, yep, start on Monday.
Yeah.
No way.
I rang my old boss and was like, any work? And she's like, yep, start on Monday. So we went back to exactly what we were doing. We got our jobs back, and then it was like, right, what's the next step? Get a van that we could live in. Found the perfect van.
Got the van.
And it was like, right, what else do we need? Okay, we need a tenant to rent our house.
All right, get Josh a job.
Get Jamie's brother a job. He'll rent a house. We can leave it exactly how it is. Perfect. That happened. So the last thing was to like, all right, let's quit and
yeah, and also the business as well. Like, what can we do so we can work on something on the road this time? So
Yep.
Yeah, it's all about
Tick, tick, tick. Hey,
tick.
give us some of that.
I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
you don't spend way too much
That's good.
time on Facebook scrolling around, researching, looking, to get all that to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's awesome. So you guys obviously said that you've been to Canada and you've also been to New Zealand, am I right?
Yeah, we did a small trip to New Zealand. I think it was 20 days or something. That was our first van life trip where we hired a van, and it was a big one. It was the biggest one we've been in, and that was luxurious. And
it had all the creature comforts.
Yeah.
It had a shower and toilet and hot water and
awesome.
a diesel heater. And so he falsely advertised the whole thing to me, I reckon. Yeah, like, let's go live in a van. We'll test it out in New Zealand. We'll have this big flash one. And then he chucks me in like a little box for Canada. But yeah, we've been to New Zealand in a van. We've been all through Canada in a van. We drove up to Alaska in a van.
Yeah.
We've been to Thailand and Bali a couple of times as well. So slowly ticking it off.
Thailand and Bali trips were like, we need a break from work. Let's go just get away for a bit, for like a week or 2 weeks at a time, and just have that little break and then refresh to keep going and then do the bigger trips later. But yeah. So
you haven't seen much of Australia then, or?
No, nah, I haven't.
You're now going to see Australia. Like, you've been living in Australia, but now you're going to go see Australia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we're limited to South Australia at the moment, I suppose. And that's we do the whole.
We always just kind of thought it's easier to do Australia with kids, so we kind of put Australia on the back burner as like we can put the kids in a caravan and just lap Australia endlessly with our children. So we kind of were just like, let's just go be free in the world without why we don't have kids for as long as possible. Yeah. Obviously, it's doable 100% with kids, and we look forward to the challenge. But it is a lot more expensive. It is a lot more challenging. There's a lot more planning involved in how we live. Yeah, that's one bummer. If we decide to have kids, and obviously it's in our future, we're going to have to upgrade the van because you can't put a child seat in the front of a van.
Yeah.
So we might have to go to caravanners. We might have to become caravanners.
Yeah, it'll be an upgrade eventually. For now, we can enjoy this place.
You get some big motorhomes with 4-seaters where you can put in a baby seat. So.
I have seen them. And I've been looking at 4-wheel drive versions as well, so you can get right down onto the white sandy beaches over your way, over in WA.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
We've seen Wicked Campers. I don't know if they're over there as well. Yeah, so they've got like Navaras and FJs that you can rent, but obviously you can build up like your own 4x4 like that and have a rooftop tent on it and that kind of stuff too, which I think is pretty cool.
There's so many options. Cool. When you start diving into how you can live on the road, there are so many different avenues which you can go down. Like the amount of hours of research to figure out what you want, and then the next day you see a picture of somebody else's setup and you completely change. You're like, I want that.
Yeah, there's a choice for every personality, every person.
I know, we've been looking at caravans as well, and like we started at camper vans, and then after this week that we've been away, we're like, nah, caravan it is. So we've been looking at caravans, and obviously you've seen Stephen's post as well. Like, it's just, there's too many to choose from. We've obviously got a particular taste that we like, but it's a bit more pricey. So, but we're working on it.
I guess you sort of only do it once, so hey, so like you really want it to be as close to what you want as possible.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the setups are like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't want to go doing that,
Yeah, that's right.
2 weeks into your trip and be like, oh no, I don't like it. Sorry.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What about some bucket list destinations that you've got for Australia? Obviously, I would have asked like your favorite destinations, but you haven't been to many places in Australia. So what's like on your bucket list to go and see?
We haven't really thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like even when we went to Canada, we had one plan that was to go to Niagara Falls, which is going across Canada, right? Was our one plan to go and see that as a bucket list? We ended up in Alaska, which is straight up.
Yeah.
Way.
We we don't specifically have anywhere in particular where we like to go and look at. More so, we just love meeting people like us and then doing the experiences and having the opportunities to do the stuff the locals do.
Yeah.
It's what we find
so
cool.
Yeah. Kind of like just jumping in the car. Well, we got our phone so we can see what's down the road and just go, oh, we'll go check that out. And then if we find a good spot, we'll decide then how long we stay. And then all of a sudden you've met someone and they've invited you back to their house for free Wi-Fi and a shower and do your washing. And then you're like there for a week and it just keeps flowing on from there. So
I love that.
We enjoy
you guys are so like just, you know, happy-go-lucky. So you just keep going and having the adventure. Yeah. You know, if you think about bucket list in Australia, you could just say the whole of Australia because
pretty much
like every state, every few hundred kilometers have got something to see, a national park, a waterfall, a beach, a something to go and see. So yeah, you know, I ask that kind of question because some people do like the beach or the bush, or they have something that they want to go and see in Australia. We've obviously got a few things, you know, just destinations like the Karanjini, but everywhere around there. I mean, even to Broome, that massive whole piece of the northwestern Australia, like it's just so beautiful. But then again, you've got south of Western Australia, which is something different. It's
totally different,
you know, wineries, and it's a whole different place. But you know, there's those different places. But yeah, I just think all of Australia, like whenever I see posts about people being here or there, I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, it's all I can say because it's just so gorgeous.
And I agree with you guys. Like, you can go on wiki camps or all these camps books and stuff, and you can look up where the nice spots are to go. But if you talk to the locals, they have their own little hidey holes. They're all the little secret places that are just as beautiful that no one knows about. Yeah. And that's the places you do.
Also experiencing the people and the actual moment that you're in, instead of just, let's go to Uluru, take a picture and go. You know?
And go, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. People would ask us, oh, you didn't go see that? Like, you know, we'd drive straight past the main tourist attraction of the town. You didn't stop? Like, no, we were like in the mountain bear hunting with a couple we met, you know? We were fly fishing in the stream, you know, like.
Yeah.
That's a way better experience because those opportunities only come around once. I mean, the tourist attraction is always going to be there.
Exactly.
100%.
And a lot of the time, the tourist attraction costs you an arm and a leg to go see, and it's for that 5 minutes to take the photo. And do you know what I mean?
People, and you get angry because you can't get a shot in, because that happened to us. That happened to us at the Nature's Window. So I don't know if you've seen our picture with like, it's got like a window and the rocks, but we had literally like sat down with the kids. It was like, kids smile, and we had to get up because there was like 500 people who wanted to take a photo of us, you know, like crowded. And I didn't enjoy the experience at all. Like I was like, did we even see it? You know, like did we even take it in? So we picked like a little spot just behind the window. We
had a little picnic there,
tree, and we just sat down and we were just like,
take it in now.
Take it in. It's beautiful, gorgeous here, and the river. Like, kids, look at this. Like, how beautiful is it? You know, because we were like,
And that's the thing. In 10 years' time, when you think back to the memories of your trip, you don't imagine the image you saw with your eyes. The feeling comes back of how you felt in the moment. You know, sitting there with your kids having a picnic. That's the part you've got to remember. You're not going to remember sitting in that, you know, exact spot what your eyes saw. So for us, the experience outweighs the, you know, the views or the the attraction that most people see.
For sure.
Totally agree.
So do You want to obviously tell the listeners a little bit more about what you're doing to now be able to afford to keep going, and a little bit about your business. So we obviously know about it, but if you want to talk how you got into it and how it's going to get you through.
Yeah, so obviously we like to travel, and the reoccurring question kept coming up. We met a whole heap of people throughout our travels, and the conversation around the campfire, how can we keep doing this? Yeah. How can we keep doing this?
Constantly asking, how do people
how do you travel? We'd meet an older couple, and the first, like, how do you travel? We would hear how they do it, how they've done it. And it kept coming up, we sold our house. This huge bus is now our house. We're going to live like this till we die, sort of thing. That's one option. We're like, okay, for us right now, not an option. So we basically just kept asking, kept putting it out there until, 6 months ago, we had just gone back to work, and that's something we absolutely didn't want to do. We just spent the last 2 years telling every person we met we're semi-retired, and there's no way we're going back to our old jobs. There's no way. And people kept saying, you're going to have to go back to reality soon. And we kept saying, no, we're not. No, we're not. And
then you did.
We did,
We pushed it for 3 months. 3 months we had off at home just to relax, see our family again, because we hadn't seen them for 2 years. But then, reality came back and we had to go back to our work.
I mean, we did it initially. We went the whole save so much money, enough to cover our mortgage, enough to cover, initially we were just going to Canada for 6 months. Yeah. That was the plan. 6 months turned into 2 years, which turned into 2.5 years not working, which was amazing. But obviously, without some kind of other income, the money runs out.
Yep.
It's inevitable. And we worked only for 2 months in that 2.5 years. Yep. And we got paid minimum wage over in Canada, so $11.25 I was on. And every day I looked through the window at people snowboarding past me, and here I was wiping other people's children's bottoms in childcare, getting paid $11.
Yeah, no.
From that moment, it was just like, we have to find something online.
Yeah.
It's the only way that this lifestyle is going to continue, and we don't have to work minimum wage wherever we are or keep going back to our mining jobs, know. So that's how we found, I guess that's how our eyes were open enough to say yes when we did find the opportunity that we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're in that space of, all right, we're putting savings away. Let's put some of our money in a place where it's going to make money for us, rather than just saving a big chunk and then living off that big chunk. How can we put some of our money into a place where it's eventually going to, if we put the hard work in, it's eventually going to make us money. So we started looking for those opportunities, and then this business opportunity came up, and Becky went, what about this? This actually looks good for our lifestyle.
I was actually reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and basically he says in there, saving's great, but saving's it's not going to ever, just because you're a saver doesn't mean you're going to be rich.
And we thought we were rich on our savings.
Yeah, and I was like, that was like the penny dropped, and I was like, oh. So we were already, I guess, looking to invest some money into something, but then we didn't want to wait 30 years. We already had one house, which we didn't want. We were a bit, we didn't want to drop a chunk of money into property and stuff like that and have to wait so long for a return for us to be able to travel. If we did property again, we're going to be trapped in work. So it was about finding something that didn't trap us, and something that we could have control of, and something that worked with our lifestyle of living on the road, and what we found absolutely does. So it's pretty cool.
And you found some proof that it actually works.
Yes, of course.
Seeing people like already on the road doing it was just like, and we had such a strong mindset because we had been doing personal development for 2 years. I literally was like, if they can do it, we can do it. Look how many people are doing it. There's no difference between them and us. We just have to learn the skills, and then let's do it. So here we are doing it.
So
we're certainly not any tech gurus, but we're giving it a crack.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously we're in the same business, and it's not something that comes quickly. It is something
No.
you look at, but it has the potential to just, turn into something that could change like anyone's life for for the rest of their life, really. Like it's not, you get you get businesses that you can do for a few years, or you can try it out and it can make you a few money, but with the business that we're in, it's going to create generational wealth, so it's going to keep going.
We weren't put on this earth just to work away, and like we were here to have relationships and experiences, so yeah.
You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right.
And we didn't always live our life like that. We were trapped in the rat race, I guess. Like
Same.
work, you come home, hang out with your kids for a couple of hours, repeat the process.
Yeah, and that's just life.
Yeah, that's what we thought it was, until we obviously went over there and met all these incredible people and realized what it actually means to be alive, I guess. How connection is so important, and how new experiences are so important.
And hanging out with different people with different views on life just change your views as well, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, so we completely 180'd our life while we were away, and we came back, and I guess some people don't understand the growth or the change that we had. So we have let go of a lot of friends that didn't align with the way that we look at life now.
Yeah.
But
in a loving way.
In a loving way, absolutely. But so now we're just like, I cannot wait to get on the road and share what we're doing with all these other travelers, because now when somebody says, how can we continue this lifestyle? How can we work? How can we create abundance? How can we, I'm just like, I've got the perfect thing.
That answer you've been looking for all this time from that question you
we
found.
were looking for this as well. And found it, and I can tell you.
To have an answer. It's exciting to be able to share that when someone asks us, like, how do you guys keep the lifestyle going? There's so many people out there looking for what we have.
Yeah.
If we'd have started this business, 2 years ago, the amount of people who've asked us, and we used to say, well, we're just living on our savings, we've just saved a lot, planned for a whole year to come over to Canada, but now it's, we're actually creating it on the road.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so cool. That's so cool. And for there to be so much proof, for there to be so many people doing it and making it work in their own ways, like, I can't, like, it was the universe showed this to us.
Yeah, sure.
Like, we wing stuff, right? We saw the van, we bought the van. We decided we're quitting our jobs. 2 days later, buy jobs, we'd quit them. So for us to find this opportunity, the first go, is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't go and invest in, stuff and lose money. We didn't try this or try that. We found this, and it's like,
and we can see it works for others. So,
it's gold.
Yeah.
Just to see the passion and the excitement in you while you talk about this. If someone doesn't come and ask you about it now, they'll be crazy, because you look so passionate and so excited about this life.
It was actually like,
it's truthful. You can see it in you. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
But how good that this business puts us out of our comfort zone.
It's put me out of my comfort zone.
Which is totally what travel does as well. So to incorporate the two, like, everybody's growth is just exponential. You really don't have a choice not to grow when you're traveling.
The amount of growth we've had in the last 6 months just for this. Yeah. Wow.
It's cool.
Yeah. Never changing.
Good stuff. What is one thing that you have in your setup, or that you take with you on your travels, that you can't go without, like that you'd recommend someone have a buddy?
It's probably true.
Yeah.
Everything else,
like my guitar.
I don't need that.
Three guitars in this van.
3 guitars. Whoa.
You need a good country song when you're sitting like around the fire. You need it.
Yeah, everyone tries to get me to get the country songs out. There was Slim Dusty's.
I love Slim Dusty. Hey, he's good.
It's real good.
Yeah, Becky's family is very country, and they're like, "Yeah, play this."
It's the genre of music I listen to is country.
Yeah, love
Yeah.
it.
Jamie's not
Yeah.
even
One thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't answer the question. Oh, I think the guitar for sure, definitely.
My bathers.
Yeah, you love to.
I love a
go
good
swimming.
swim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. I was jumping in lakes and there was snow on top of the mountains. I love a good swim.
Yeah.
And
What
fishing
water
rod.
you got to get in it.
Yeah, I do. Especially when you don't have a shower in your van, you always have to get in water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a bath in.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much, but it's pretty damn cold over in those lakes, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I'm scared. I'm scared of the water because like our water, there's like great white sharks out there. So, and now I think always had this feeling that there's a great white shark going to get me everywhere, and we're in a freshwater lake. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll sit here and play guitar. You guys.
Yeah.
When you go to Darwin, if it's not the sharks, then it's the crocodiles. And if it's not the crocodiles, then you get stung by like little jellyfish things. So don't swim in the oceans in Darwin.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
the amount of people who have said to us, "Oh no, we couldn't visit Australia; it's too dangerous." You know, you have too many things that can kill you.
It is true, though. There's so many, but
It is kind of true, but then when you live here, how often do you really see those kind of animals?
Yeah.
No.
So yeah. Did you guys want Jamie to play a song?
Yes, I was just going to ask. Yeah, a song, Jamie.
Yeah, I've got my camp song.
Give our listeners something to listen to properly.
Okay.
No pressure, but he's like, just before the call, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to play guitar, aren't I?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I've forgotten the words."
Okay, do it with feeling and passion, and it doesn't matter.
The words will come.
Thanks. I'm actually, it's crazy. Like, I love guitar, but like I said, with groups and stuff, I'm like so shy. So I get so nervous when I'm going to play for other people. But when I get into the song, it goes away. Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Do you want me to move? Should I move? Am I in your way?
I'm not sure. Am I in the way?
No, just go. You're right. You got it.
This song, I wrote because of our travels and the camping and the fun things that me and Becky do together. Our lifestyle that we've had in the last few years. It's been fantastic. It's been fun. All right. I don't think I have a name for it. It's the camping song. Pack your bags and let's go camping. Somewhere by the sea. Just somewhere at the ocean. Oh yeah. And later on I'll catch for you. Sorry. Grab the rods and put the boat in. Try and catch a fish or two. Just float out on the ocean. Oh yeah. Later on I'll catch for you. Later on. Oh my God. I'm bloody bugging her up.
I jinxed him.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's amazing.
I'm just can't remember that line.
Can't help you.
Can't help you.
What he does to me when he does open mics. He goes up on stage and I'm sitting in the back all nervous for him, chewing off my nails. And he gets up there and he gets into the song and then he looks straight at me as if to say, "Help me, I've forgotten the next word." and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I look at him, you know, like big eyes, like, I can't help you. You're up there by yourself. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do from back here.
I'm so embarrassed. Anyway,
Well, I think you need to. I think you need to step up, Bec, and become his manager and get to know the words.
Yeah.
Just so you can help him out.
I just need to step up and really.
Remember the divorce part with guitar?
Oh yes. Yeah. Don't do that.
Pack your bags, let's go again. Somewhere by the sea. I don't care where we're going. Oh no, just as long as I get that feeling of living free. Grab the rods and put the boat in. Try and catch a fish or two. Just float out on the ocean. Oh yeah. And later on, I'll cook, I'll catch for you. At the end of every single day, find another beautiful place to stay. Watch the sun turn into the moon. What a wonderful life I live with you. I'll go past that part. Then we'll fly back to the other side of the world, where we can live under the trees. People teach us life lessons every day, and it makes our lives such a breeze. At the end of every single day, found another beautiful place to stay. We'll watch the sun turn into the moon. What a wonderful life. What a wonderful life I live with you.
Wow, that is really amazing.
That was so good. I felt like, you know, obviously your message and what you guys are about and the love you have for traveling and just enjoying time together. Like that song was, that was.
Yeah, that feeling takes over and you stop doing what you love, because it feels amazing to sing, but it's like you feel these eyes watching you, but they're actually enjoying it.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the first time Jamie ever did open mic is a really funny story.
Oh, that's right.
We were camping in our van in Walmart car park up in the Yukon on our way back down from Alaska, and it was like -20 outside. Everything in our van was frozen. Our water bulker, you know, sort of water jerry can, completely frozen solid inside the van.
Wow.
Our propane cooker too cold for the gas to work. You know, it was insane.
Like at night, we had rollerblades for fun. And I was putting the inside of the rollerblade on my feet so they wouldn't freeze.
It was.
That's how cold it was.
We pushed the limits, you know, in a non-insulated van. We really pushed the limits of, you know, what we could handle for fun, you know, just to see if we could, because, you know, whenever you get the chance to do that. But it was about it was about 9:30 at night, and we'd just finished, cooking dinner and packing up, and we had the van door, because we were cooking, we had the van door open, about 10 centimeters. And this, I'm not sure what country it was from.
Kenya.
Kenya? Yeah. This Kenyan man walked past, and he sort of looked straight into the van as I was laying on the bed, and gave us this big, huge smile, right? And his the biggest eyes I've ever seen, and just gave me this huge smile. Anyway, he kept walking, and I shut the door, and we sort of climbed into bed, and about 10 minutes later we get a knock on the van door. Keep in mind we're in Walmart car park. We don't know, we have no windows, we don't know who's knocking or why they're knocking, what they want from us. I instinctively slid the door back, and this man was just standing there hi, I saw in your van before, I noticed you have some salt. I'm cooking my dinner. Would I be able to grab some salt? And then we absolutely, handed him the salt or whatever. Oh, you have guitars? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I play 15 different instruments, and I'm just on my way to an open mic night right now. Would you like to come? And so half an hour later, we're at an open mic night with the Kenyan man we just met.
And I'm on stage.
And Jamie's on stage doing his first ever open mic.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
So he works back when he's just put on the spot and doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's incredible how you guys are just open to experiences, and that's more people should be like that. It's just we have nothing else to do. Let's go and just experience whatever.
We're ready to get in bed, but okay, let's go to open mic.
That was that was
exactly
the
right.
craze.
We're in our pajamas.
Yeah, we're in bed, ready to go to sleep. It's 9:30. It's freezing cold, and half an hour later, we're walking to the pub with a Kenyan man. Let's go.
I know what's happened. The pub was probably warmer than
your
van, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It must have been, because do you know what? We went back the second night for another open mic.
Another one.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. And the best part about that first night was because we always just say the universe treats us. We were walking back and we saw the best northern lights we've ever seen.
Wow.
And it was across the road from the Walmart car park in the dark by a lake, and these northern lights were just lighting up the sky, just dancing around.
Greens and purples and oranges. And
if we just went to bed, we wouldn't have seen that.
Wow.
So
is that amazing as on the movies and stuff? Is the northern lights
Oh, yeah, they're spectacular.
I don't think you can't fathom it until you've seen it.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough to see it 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, in that space.
And our best one was from the Walmart car park. And we spoke to another gentleman who was traveling, and he said he'd just seen the Northern Lights a few nights earlier, but he'd paid $350 to go on a tour to see them. And we're like, oh, we watched them from our van in the car park of Walmart.
For free.
For free.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Wow. So I put on a show just for you that night when you came out of the pub.
It was beautiful, It was beautiful.
Yeah, the colder it is, the calmer it is, the more they're out and about, the more you can see them dance. So being that cold and that time of year, we're just in the right place. So
yeah.
And when we came back, people, I guess in our circle, almost didn't care to listen. They weren't interested. I guess when you can't fathom what it's like, it's not as exciting. And we just lived this amazing life for a couple of years, and everyone back here was still working and still trapped.
Yeah, maybe they were a bit jealous, they were still stuck and doing the same thing day in, day out, and they just didn't want to hear about the good things you did because it makes them feel a bit worse.
Yeah, I think it's a switch that needs to actually flick in you. Even before we started our business, we couldn't see life past having our mortgage, doing our careers, and then retiring at 60. And that's literally what a lot of people are going through. They're thinking of these ways to make more money, and mostly it is to make more investments in home loans and things like that. But there's so many other things that means living than having a home, getting more investments, and then one day when you're 60, you can go and live life like you want it to. Yeah. No, you don't have to live life at 60. You can live life whenever you want to and whenever you take that chance to make it happen. So
and it's so simple to say that, that's exactly what you do. You pick what you want to do and go and do it. Yes. But for people to actually make that jump, to take that first step, That's the hardest part.
You choose to change your life completely, and you can't change it in one go. It started off with I was standing at the bedroom door and I said to Becky, I want to go live in a van in Canada. And she's like, what? I'm like, before we have kids, I want to go live in a van and I want to do it in Canada. But just sounds like a great idea.
So yeah, he comes off night shift and swings the bedroom door open and goes, so I want to go live in a van in Canada. And I'm like, sorry? What?
You just came in the room.
No. Becky was just like, no way, I'm happy here in my bed, just nice and comfortable.
No, I just got a good job, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
I just got a comfortable job for the government in education. I was like, and now you want to just up and leave and go and live in a rolling tin box.
All these things are rushing through your head. Like, what about this? What about that? What about this?
Yeah. And exactly. And
where are we going to sleep was my biggest one.
Yeah. And I said to her, well, give me a year and I'll sort it out. And I had to go do the numbers. I had to start tracking every move that we were making, because you don't realize when you're not watching that you're spending crazy amounts. I was spending crazy amounts on coffee, like $5 a day, sometimes $10 a day. That adds up over a month, and that's a lot of savings at the end of the year. And that's just coffee.
Yeah.
So we started tracking everything, and then all of a sudden we just saved the craziest amount of money we've ever saved. And then it was like, oh, we feel safe to go now. It takes a lot of effort to just go, bam, we're going to change. Like, this is, we're going to change our life, but it's not like, bam, straight away. Some people think
you got to start somewhere.
Your mind has to actually, your mindset actually has to flick like a switch, but also that doesn't happen overnight. So you obviously had to, yours maybe would have something that you thought about, but in that minute you were like, yes, I need to do this. But you had to let Bec. So, a lot of our family and friends are in that where Bec was, and you need to kind of show them and
assure them
that it will work.
It'll be okay.
I knew I was taking her daughter away into another country, that we were safe. We had the house paid off. We had a Hilux sitting in the shed that we were paying a couple $100 a week for at that point. I had to make sure that was getting paid off. There's all sorts of stuff. But it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of persistence, but anyone can do it. Yeah. Anyone can do it.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think that we would be traveling, or that I'd like traveling. I like to travel around Australia and the bits and pieces I've done. I didn't think it would be a long-term goal to live no way. No. I didn't want to go in the beginning to live in a van. It was only the fact that Jamie did my visa that I even got on the airplane. I didn't even do my own visa. He did it all, and now it's me. And now we've completely swapped.
Yeah.
That 6 months turned into 2 years.
Yeah.
And now it's me, come on.
Let's go.
I'm the one. I was looking for, how we can have an online business. I found the van, it's me.
You've done a lot.
Totally
this time.
Changed it, because I realized how much time I get to spend with him. And that's what I want from my life, right? Just to create a family and be able to spend time as a family. So it's this lifestyle allows that. Oh yeah, we're going to live this lifestyle forever.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
That's so awesome. The one thing I wanted you guys just to obviously tell the listeners is where they can find you on social media. So anything, even Jamie with your music and stuff, so where they can find you.
Yeah. So I have a music page, but I'm not always on there. I'm still finding that confidence, and I want to get it to a point where it's at that certain level. But I'm on Jamie McManus's music, I believe, on Facebook. And I post certain things on my Facebook, which is just Jamie McManus. But we have our...
Yeah, so our business page on Facebook is obviously Bec and Jamie Adventure More. And Instagram is _Adventure More. And that's pretty much where you can find us for now. We're in the process of revamping now that we're together full time, figuring out which sort of avenue we're going down and changing all of that. So changes in the coming weeks. But yeah, Adventure More, Bec and Jamie, you can pretty much find us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we want to say thanks to you guys too for having us on, because it's cool to be able to share our stories and meet you guys face to face, hear what you guys are up to too. It's awesome. We really appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah, this is why we started this
much
podcast.
Yeah, we just wanted to, like you said, you know, experience the friendship and the memories that you can make just having a chat about your travels and you know, what other people they've experienced, because that's what makes connection, and that's what makes us feel what we're doing is right as well, you know. And I guess for you guys, just to talk about it again, it's lit up like another feeling or experience.
That flame's reignited again, and you know.
It totally lifts the vibe. I'm ready to drive off into the sunset right now. Let's go.
Just wait for the sunset.
Hurry up and wait.
Oh no, that's good. But yeah, we'll let you guys go. Enjoy your beautiful Saturday on your day off.
Yeah, thank you so much. On our day.
You're forever off.
Celebrations all around.